As global trade tensions continue to ripple through commodity markets, soybeans are once again in the spotlight. At the center of the action, China, Brazil, and the United States. So, where do things stand right now? I'm Johanna Bota, and to discuss in further detail, we have StoneX's market intelligence specialist, Ana Luisa Lido. Anna, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
So let's start with the bigger picture here. So China is one of the largest importers of soybeans. And then we have Brazil, who's one of the largest producers of soybeans with about 170 million metric tons. And then second place, we have the US with 120 million metric tons. So what are the dynamics between these three countries, especially in the context of tariffs right now?
Brazil and the US are the main producers, the main soybean producers, and they are also the main exporters. And like you said, China is the main importer because they don't produce enough soybeans to match the consumption. With tariffs on US soybeans, the cost of US soybeans for China compared to Brazilian soybeans increased, and China already imports about 70% of its soybeans from Brazil, and a trade war could push that number even higher. Currently, here in Brazil, we are finishing the harvest, so we are exporting a lot of soybeans, which is typical for this time of the year. After the harvest, we have good supplies and competitive prices. So China tends to concentrate its imports in Brazil. The main issue regarding the tariffs may arise at the end of the year, with the peak period for the US exports after their harvest. So, after the US finish the harvest, they will have good supplies and competitive price, but with tariffs, the soybeans could be very expensive for China, and China will probably buy more from Brazil.
And just like you mentioned earlier, you said that the harvest season is now finishing. We're in early May, it's finishing in Brazil. So, how has the Brazil crop been this year?
We had a very good crop here in Brazil, a record crop actually. The last StoneX production estimate is 168.4 million tons, but this record could have been even higher if the weather conditions in the south had been better. But in the beginning of this year, we had drought conditions that reduced the yields in some regions here in Brazil and reduced the national production too.
So, let's go back to what you said a little bit earlier in the conversation about supply later in the year. So, obviously, there's no supply problem right now, but can you delve a little deeper into what will happen later?
Like you said, we don't have any supply issues, at least for now, because the estimates show that the global production is above the consumption, but this could change depending on the US crop, which is being planted now. We are estimating a smaller planted area for soybeans in US, and if you get bad weather in the next few months, especially in August, this could lead to some supply constraints, and this could push prices up.
And what about demand?
For now, we don't have any major issues too on the demand side, but it all depends on the situation between China and the US. With a trade war between China and the US, there could be more demand for Brazilian soybeans at the end of the year, which is usually the best period for US soybean exports. So, if the US and China tensions are not resolved until the end of the year, probably China will buy less soybeans from US.
Great. Thank you, Anna. Well, we'll see what happens this weekend. They're meeting in Switzerland, so we shall wait and see. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. For more financial content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel.